If you don't like history but still love cool engineering feats, then this is for you. Alright, let's dive into the wobbly world of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Built back in 1173, this iconic bell tower started leaning just 5 years into construction. Why? Shallow foundations and wobbly subsoil. By the late 20th century, the tilt hit a worrying 5.5 degrees. The Italian government hit the panic button in 1990 and called in the big guns, a team of 13 experts led by British engineer John Burland. The mission: save the tower without turning it into a pile of rubble. After many failed attempts like cement injections and lead counterweights, the winning solution was soil extraction. Sounds fancy, right? It's actually quite brilliant. They removed small amounts of soil from the higher north side to let the tower settle back a bit. Think of it like a giant clay sculpture balancing act. They drilled inclined holes, carefully extracted 60 cubic meters of clay, and used counterweights and steel cables to keep everything in place. They even managed the water table with drains to stop winter rains from making things worse. The result? The tower straightened by a solid 1.5 degrees and 38 centimeters. After 10 years and over 30 million euros, the Leaning Tower of Pisa reopened in 2001, standing proud and stable. This feat of engineering isn't just about fixing a tilt, it's about blending innovation with historical preservation, ensuring this marvel stands for future generations. So next time you see the Leaning Tower of Pisa, remember the ingenious clay tricks that saved it. The story of the Leaning Tower of Pisa is not just a tale of architectural miscalculation but also one of human ingenuity and perseverance. When construction began in 1173, the architects and builders had no idea that the ground beneath the tower was a mix of sand, clay, and shells, which would eventually cause the tower to lean. As the tower began to rise, the south side started to sink into the soft ground. The builders tried to compensate by making the upper floors taller on one side, but this only made the problem worse. By the time they reached the 7th floor, the lean was unmistakable. Over the centuries, various attempts were made to stabilize the tower. Some were more successful than others, but none could completely halt the tilt. It wasn't until the 20th century that modern engineering techniques provided a viable solution. The team led by John Burland used computer simulations to understand the soil mechanics and the forces acting on the tower. This allowed them to devise a plan that would gradually reduce the lean without causing the tower to collapse. The soil extraction process was delicate and required precision. Engineers had to remove just the right amount of soil from the north side to allow the tower to settle back. Too much or too little could have disastrous consequences. After years of meticulous work, the tower's lean was reduced by 1.5 degrees, a significant achievement that ensured its stability for future generations.